Hello everyone, my name is Skits and welcome to episode 10 of Skyrim Mods Weekly. I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for watching. First mod we'll be taking a look at is called Enhanced Animation by LordOfWar. This mod changes some basic combat animations along with most animations for running and walking with weapons. Mod's main goal was not to create a complete animations overhaul, but to create an alternative to vanilla animations without changing them too much. In the video you can see comparison shots of vanilla and new animations. Now as you can see, changes to one-handed wielding aren't big, except when using a power attack. Instead of wide slash, your character will perform thrust attack. Now changes for dual wielding are a lot bigger. Vanilla only has one animation for left-handed attack in any direction, while enhanced animation offers new animation for each direction, and Modder also wants to change right-handed attacks. Two-handed animation changes include new walking and running animations that offer more protective way of holding greatswords and battle axes. In future update, Modder also wants to include new attack animations. Other changes include new animations for walking and running with bows, crossbows and spells that can only be based on your personal preferences, since there are not huge differences between vanilla and enhanced animations for these ones. Mod also has new animations for sneaking and rolling forward, and Modder wants to completely change all sneak animations in future. And finally, there's also a new animation for swimming that makes your character hold their legs a little higher. Mod also comes with an installation menu where you can choose which animations you want installed. So overall, Modder did a very good job. I personally liked all animations except for magic one, and it is entirely up to your preferences if you decide to use it or not. Next up we have a Hypothetical Treachery Destruction Remastered by TheGreyLight, author of alternate summoning visuals reviewed in episode 8. This mod overhauls destruction magic to make it more useful, especially in endgame, when there is not much use for it and it is hard to play as destruction mage only. Firstly, this mod shortens the casting time of all destruction spells, so one-handed spells will now have casting time of 1/5 of a second instead of half second, and two-handed spells have casting time of 1 second instead of 3. Another thing mod changes is effectiveness of augmented perk, so now level 1 of this perk will increase damage of fire, frost and shock spells and weapon enhancements by 50%, and level 2 multiplies it by 2. And the last and most important thing are 3 new perks called Pyromage, Cryomage and Electromage. Each perk doubles effectiveness of their own type of spells and also adds unique spell different for each perk. Perks can be obtained at top of destruction tree, and you can only choose one of them, so now you can fully base your character on either fire, ice or shock spells. New spells are master level concentration spells that deal 75 base fire, ice or shock damage per second and are especially useful at endgame when you already have huge magic bar and can afford this type of spells. So overall, Modder did a good job with making endgame mages more useful and easier to use, and I definitely recommend it. Moving on, we have Pyromage by again TheGreyLight. This mod expands Fire Mage's gameplay by adding tons of new spells and is perfect to use with Hypothetical Treachery we just reviewed. Now let me talk about each spell a little bit. First we have Enflame and Enkindle, two very similar spells. Enkindle combines stealth and destruction magic to create the very unique idea of stealthy kills with magic. After using it on someone, they will start to burn from inside without knowing who cast the spell on them, so now you can use long range magic for stealth gameplay. Enflame is just stronger version of Enkindle. Next up we have Flare spell similar to Magelight, however it is much more useful. It has a lot bigger radius than Magelight, and you can also have unlimited amount of them in environment. In the actual gameplay they look like small fireballs. Another spell we have is called Heat Shields. This one is similar to Ward, but it has smaller cost and also doesn't increase your armor rating. It also has custom visual effect, and there are 4 versions of shield: Lesser, Steadfast, Greater and Grand. Modder also created a few stronger versions of vanilla spells to add more choices later in game. Fire Spout is similar to Flames, Potent Fire Rune is similar to regular one, and there is also Potent Flame Cloak that has new visual effect that when you run around you leave a trail of smoke behind you. You can also buy all spells from Falarda and adhere at College of Winterhold. So overall, Modder expanded Fire Mage character in a very good way, and if you like using fire based magic, then this mod is for you. Now let's take a look at Better Town Textures by Rapho112. This mod changes overall look of few towns in Skyrim by changing their textures. Modder's main goal was to create the unique feeling to Falkreath, Mortal, Dawnstar and Winterhold, 4 halls that are almost identical in base game. Modder used textures that are already in game and decided to use different ones for each hold without expanding cities or creating any frame drop. If you are already using popular expansion mods like immersive settlements or expanded towns and cities, there is a patch for both of them. I personally use immersive settlements, and you can see that version on screen right now. Now let's talk about each hold and what Modder tried to create with each one. Falkreath now looks like Imperial City, since it was supposed to be a capital of one of the most popular halls of Skyrim, and it now has stone walls and roofs have tiles as well. Downstar has wooden roofs and walls, since it is located near a big pine forest, and there is also a lot more snow on roofs. Mortal has kept its lost character, and Matter only added some stone and changed its farmhouse to one more Whiterun styled. And Winterhold also has new stone on standing and destroyed buildings, along with more snow. Each one of halls now also has a unique longhouse that represents Hold itself. So overall, Matter did a very good job. Each hold now has its unique style, and I definitely recommend it. Moving on to the armor mods, first one I have for you is called aMidianBorn Stormcloak Officer Armor by CaBaL. This mod changes ugly vanilla textures of Stormcloak Officer Armor into a lot better ones. You can find armor itself at any captain of Stormcloak army, or you can get it as a reward from Civil War quests. Now as always, CaBaL did an amazing job, and if you want the texture of any vanilla armor, make sure you first check out his work. In my opinion, he is the best retexture for Skyrim out there, and you can always expect top-notch quality work from him. As you can see, armor now has high-res textures that are available in 3 packages in case you have a slower computer. Armor is now a little bit darker and browner, but it definitely looks better than vanilla version. So overall, CaBaL did once again an amazing job, and I'm looking forward to his next work. Next up we have Infinite Blade Armor by VA101010. This mod adds new set of female only armor into the game. You can obtain it by crafting it at any forge under steel category, and you can craft cape under leather category. It was inspired by Issa armor from Infinite Blade 2. Now as you can see, it has both custom textures and model. Textures look pretty good, they have a good amount of detail. I like the small knife holsters on the front and back, and you can see that Matter put a lot of work in this armor. Another thing I like is even though it is a female armor, it is not skimpy but still looks very good, and that it actually looks and also works like a set of heavy armor that can protect you. It is also accurate to original version from Infinite Blade. Matter managed to keep all details from original, while still staying lore friendly. It is available for both UMP and CBB body, and like I mentioned, you can also craft optional cape for it. Overall, Matter did a very good job. If you are a fan of Infinite Blade or just good looking armors, then this mod is for you. Moving on, we have Dovahkiins Journeyman Armor by EcthelionOtW and the team. This mod adds a set of highly customizable set of armor into the game. You can craft it at tanning rack under leather category. Now as you can see, it has custom model and textures. Textures are high res with tons of small details like belt in front or knapsack on the back. Armor comes in 4 versions, Autumn, Black, Ranger and Eldorian one. Each one has different color and own set of boots, gloves, armor, and 2 different variations of scarf, long and short one. It is available for both males and females. I personally like men's version a little bit more. I also enjoyed all color variants, but my personal favorite is Autumn one. Another great thing about this armor is that it is very lore friendly and fits in game perfectly. So overall, Matter did a very good job. I like huge diversity between each set, and if you like lore friendly and unique armors just like me, then this mod is for you. And the last mod we'll be taking a look at is called Animated Folding Rapier by KettleWitch, author of Nordic Cookery we reviewed in episode 8. This mod adds a weapon with one special feature into the game. You can obtain it by crafting it at any forge under steel category. It was inspired by Corvo's Rapier from Dishonored. Now as you can see, it has both custom textures and model. Textures look very good, they are nice and shiny, and the handle is very detailed, and I also like the small skull on it. Now the special feature that makes this weapon unique is that it animates when you unsheath it. As you can see on screen right now, the animations looks very good, especially in third person where you can see all the details of sheath transforming into a blade. Now I also found a bug with this unique feature that whenever you try to dual unsheath it, it only animates one of the swords and second one stays as only handle. But other than that, I really enjoyed the animation, and I would love to see this type of thing used on more weapons. In CaBaL it also worked very well, it had a really fast dual wielding attack and had no problem dealing with enemies. Overall, Matter did a very good job, the animation is simply amazing and I definitely recommend it. So yeah guys, I guess that's it for this week's episode of Skyrim Mods Weekly. I hope you enjoyed the video, leave a like if you did, tell me what you think about it in the comments, subscribe for more Fallout and Skyrim content. Leave a like on my Facebook page if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.